Hi everyone. Yesterday we talked about the types of plants and we talked about that there are many ways to categorize plants, but we were going to group them into 5 groups. We said there were shrubs, climbers, herbs, trees, and creepers. What I want you to do is to pause the video for a moment and see if you can remember what makes a shrub, what makes a climber, okay, and so on. So I want you to go through each of the 5 types of plants and remember what is true about each type of plant, okay? So go ahead and pause me. Okay. Are you back? Great. Did you think about what makes each of these unique? Okay. So now that we've talked about those types of plants, we've learned what they are. What I want you to do today is to go out in your yard, or and check with your family member first. Please don't go without checking in with your family. Or if someone in your family is able to go on a walk in your neighborhood with you, I'd like you to do that. And what I want you to do is keep track of the plants that you see. So this is a graph. And here's how it'll work. So you'll need a pencil or something to do some coloring with. So while you're out on your walk, if you see a climber, you'll color in the first box by climber. And you'll just color that box in. If you see a tree, you'll color in the box by tree. And as you go through your hike or your walk or exploring your yard, you'll color in a box next to each of the types that you see. So if you see another tree, then you'll color in the next box. Okay, and you'll do this for all the different plants that you see. If you see an herb, color in a box here. Okay, does this make sense to you? And if you see another herb, color in another box. And if you see another, color in another box. Okay, so you're going to take a walk and just kind of classify, categorize the plants in your yard or the plants in your neighborhood. When you finish that, there's some questions that I'd like you to answer about your graph. Now, this is one that you can print out. If you're not able to print it out, you can use some paper and just make these groups, kind of like what you did yesterday if you didn't have a printer. Write these names, draw some lines, and you can make your own graph to use. Now, when you finish that, there's some questions I'd like you to answer about your graph. So it says, how many of each type did you see? So how many climbers, creepers, herbs, shrubs, or trees did you see? I'll write the number by each of these. I want to know which did you see the most of? And which did you see the least of? Okay, so you have some exploring to do today. It's more field work as a botanist, right? We're botanists while we study plants. And today's the day when you get to do some more field work. So you're going to go out, look at plants, categorize them. Think about how they fit into these categories. Graph your results. And this is the analyze part. This is where you look at your results and see what you saw, okay? See what information you can get from your graph, okay? And I'm trying to think if there's any other tips I have for you. If it's a really super duper rainy day and it is not a great day for going outside, you might have to wait a little bit for a rain break, or since today's Thursday, you could even check back with, you have the weekend, so you'll have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there should be a day when there's at least a little window of no rain when you could get outside and do this project. Or if you need to, you can also look from your windows, look inside and look out of the window, look from outside and see what you can see just from the windows. Or if none of that works for you, pick a book. Okay, pick a book that you have. Look through the pictures, and you can graph the results of the different types of plants that you see in that book. It'd have to be a book with lots of plants in it, but that would also work. Okay, so think there's some creative ways to make this work if the weather is not nice. And have fun. It's really fun being a botanist and studying plants in different ways. So I hope you enjoy this one.